What is your opinion on PMS?
Well, my opinion is there is some kind of disease.
Like millions of other women, Anna Rico suffers from PMS every month.
Stop! Honking, please! You think this is easy? Why don't you get out and be the crossing guard? Don't be the stupid honking driver. Come on, kid.
Women do have a legitimate reason for being in a bad mood once a month. It's like with my wife. If I wake up in the morning and I roll over and look at her and her head's on backwards, you know, she's going, "Good morning."
So I have, she gets out and she starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions. And, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever. But she was, in my opinion, she was off base.
Not to be sexist, but I can't vote for the leader of the free world to be a woman. I just know that women make rash decisions emotionally, and later they make very permanent, like cemented decisions.
I'll now take questions. Oh no, my period. Let's nuke England!
PMS stands for pre-menstrual syndrome, and it's not very well defined, actually, when it comes down to it.
I can't believe you. If there's ever anything wrong, it's PMS, huh? Sometimes I don't know what to do. Sometimes I just want to smack you.
It's understood as a collection of symptoms, and usually defined as negative symptoms that occur for women in the week before their period starts.
So in general, like when we're not taught things, when things aren't covered in our medical school curriculum, it's just because we tend to gloss over things we don't really understand. The trend in medicine is that if something's not understood well, then it's a psych problem, and once the science is figured out a little bit better, it's like, oh, that's actually like multiple sclerosis. It's not like, like a mental problem, it's a brain problem, and then it's neurology's problem. So I wonder who would end up managing PMS or PMDD once it's better understood.
I do think that you experience a sensation. I mean, I think that it's real. I think the hormones are real, and I think that the pain is real. Like, I think that those signs and messages from popular culture they have a psychosomatic impact on your body. Like, if you're told that PMS is horrible, it probably will be worse than it would be otherwise. If somebody said, well, just imagine hormones flowing through your body, and imagine your body releasing the egg, and imagine that this is just part of the process, and it hurts, but it's whatever. It might not hurt as much.
Whatever sets of changes in the body are going on, right, it doesn't become an actual thing that we recognize until we give it a name, until we define it, until we decide how we're going to measure it and diagnose it. So to say that it's a social construct is not to say that it's not real. It's to say that there's a social process that leads to it being defined in a particular way, in a particular place and time.
I think that the way we treat periods in this culture makes PMS worse.
I would say the media representation of periods and PMS in general is very negative and definitely exacerbates the idea that all women have PMS. It's always debilitating. It makes women crazy, angry, or unable to do any kind of productive work.
Where are you going?
Fishing.
Today?
Goodbye.
It's November, Dad. The lake is frozen.
Okay, then I'm going bowling. See you tomorrow.
No, Dan, wait a minute. Don't you want to spend the day with your family?
What is this, some kind of trick question, Jackie? Do I have to spell it out for you? PMS.
Right, so I feel like American media and popular culture treats everything related to women's bodies and health like a liability or a sickness. When I was pregnant with Timea, I was in England. And they didn't even care. They didn't want to see you. They were like, come in if anything's wrong. You're fine. They were just like very relaxed about it, and they treated you like you were healthy. And if anything was wrong, you would know because you have your own intuition and instinct as a woman. And here, it's insane.
In Korea, I don't know if it was just for my generation or if they're still doing it, but when I was young, when little girls like get their periods, their dad or their family would go out and get them like a gold pinky ring just to celebrate them, you know, entering the adulthood, I guess, becoming a woman.
For me, it's a little bit different because even though I'm from a country where we have like different ethnicities or tribes, but definitely at school, like, yeah, we would like be like, oh God, you PMSing, like, or like, oh my God, my stomach hurts. And we will call the periods like les anglais, which in French means the English. I don't know why. But then again, like as kids, we had code words for a lot of things. Sometimes you don't want either the boys to know, or maybe you don't want your parents to hear, so we use a lot of code words for stuff. And I think all kids do.
Earlier this year, we watched a puberty video. The boys had theirs and the girls had theirs. And the teacher said that she did know some kids in our class that were having it, but she didn't want to say any names. So we made a code name for it to see, like, if we were in class and if we started having a period, then we would say, oh, I have it. Then you would say, I have my red pen. Red pen was the code name.
In many cultures around the world, there are particular rituals and or taboos around menstruation itself that require that women step away from their families or from their daily activities. And while these can often be oppressive in some ways because they limit women's opportunities in those cultures, at the same time, it does allow them a small break from the demands of home and family and other forms of labor.
You can have fun while you're menstruating, if you understand what's right for you.
I think my little girl is growing up.
If I were talking to a young girl about what to expect in terms of her period, I would want her to have a good understanding, right, biologically of what's going on in menstruation, so that they have, right, accurate reproductive knowledge, I think is something that actually a lot of people don't ever get, but also to give an understanding that there will be a whole range of physical feelings and emotions that may come before, during, after menstruation, but it doesn't mean that we need to understand it as something being wrong, right, as a disease.
The hardest part of my life so far being a girl is probably a couple, like these couple of years, because it's the start of puberty, I guess, and it's like really stressful, I guess. You can tell that all of the girls in my class have been going through it too, because some mornings they're like, ugh, I hate my life, and some are like, and then sometimes they're like, ah, yay, today I'm in such a good mood, and then you're just like, yeah, we're all starting puberty, am I right? And then they're all like, yeah.
So have you ever heard the term PMS?
No. I once heard it in a Katy Perry song, but other than that, no.
What do you think it means?
I don't know.
I guess I picked up how I'm supposed to feel or what I'm supposed to do, like just saying I have PMS, just because, you know, we didn't really have that in Korea. And when I came here, just because my friends were saying, oh, you know, I'm having PMS, I'm craving sweets, or I'm being bitchy, or I'm cranky. So I think I just did it just because everybody did it.
I think that there are ways that we can talk about menstruation, talk about periods, and even PMS that don't rely on this idea of pathology.
I mean, women's health is covered to like various extents or like different degrees throughout first and second year during lecture. Unfortunately, I don't think it's given enough attention, and so a lot of what I know about women's health has just come from my own interest.
Giving women a way to talk about and understand the physical and emotional feelings that they have around their period actually can lessen the negative symptoms.
I don't really like it necessarily, but I'm grateful for it because I could have children, and I do think the times when I feel like I can channel the energy I have around my period and just be really honest and just clear the clutter or whatever it is, I think it's a good thing. We just have to teach girls about that same thing, that you can channel that time to be tough or to be, if you want to isolate or whatever it is your urge is, that you should just go with it. So.
We have men who actually believe that a woman, because of her biology, has her judgment impaired once a month. Well, I'm a man with a penis and testicles. My judgment is impaired every 5 to 7 minutes.
I mean, you have to just see it as we have different bodies as opposed to maybe seeing it as a gender thing, you know? If we want women to have babies, if we want our population to continue to grow and we want our economy to continue to grow and thrive, and we value having babies in our society, I believe there has to be some accommodations made to those who have the babies.
All right, so should we do the grand finale?
Da, da, da. Okay, what's the grand finale?
I don't know. What should it be?
Oh, what
you
happened?
Want to do a signing off? You wanted to wave off?
Okay. Signing off. No.
Someone is tossing paddles in the stream somewhere. Someone is standing at the foothills of their dreams, and someone got a paintbrush, just painting over doubt. Someone opened up his eyes and saw the sun coming out. Someone was captive and found the courage to get off, throw a boulder in the well somewhere the rain has stopped. Someone is finding the place where they belong. Well, every day is summer somewhere in the world, and the summer boys are headed for the falls to kiss the girls with their impatient hands, groping honey, breasts, and curls. They are filled with desire. And high in the hills, there's a baby being born. There's forgiveness and peace wash over bruises and sores. People bridging the distance over nettles and thorns.